Hello passengers, my name is Jonah, welcome aboard to another video. Today we're going to be doing another bit of an update video here today, discussing about what's been going on over the past few months and also discussing about what's the future for this channel for the next coming weeks to months. Now before we get started, I want to go ahead and clear one thing out of the way, which is the elephant in the room, and that is, where am I? So this is my office area, which I have pretty much debuted during the pandemic times. This was originally used as a place for me to do virtual learning and be able to do my schoolwork, be a part of my class meetings without having to worry about disrupting anyone or anyone disrupting me, and also be able to just simply have a place to just be able to do my schoolwork without having to worry about anything. Now, before I could even call this area as my office, it was not really an office. It was some sort of a, I guess you could say, maybe a computer room. I don't even know if you can even call it a computer room, because it wasn't really that either. It was kind of just ruggedy setup, I guess, if you will. So it originally just started off as a TV tray, as my desk, my laptop, and a microphone. That was literally it. But then, move forward a couple of weeks, I kind of updated it a little bit, where I actually had like a white folding table that you would use for like tailgating, whatever. That was a little bit of an upgrade, but wasn't the best, and that was pretty much it. Then a few weeks later, I tried using my parents' old desktop that was made in 2005, which originally ran Windows Vista, and I tried using that for my computer, and let's just say it did not work out very well, because the last operating system that it ran perfectly fine was Windows 7, but then when I upgraded it to Windows 10, it was not handling it very well. The CPU was pretty much running at full capacity all the time, even though I was running like 2 applications at once. It was not fun and it was pretty bad. But moved down a few months later, going into my junior year, my uncle came over to my house and dropped off a full-on PC tower that is much more powerful and much more bigger than my old PC tower. And this originally ran Windows 7, and it was still running Windows 7 when I got it. And even still had an account on there, but obviously since I didn't have the password, I couldn't get into it anywhere. So I eventually had to just upgrade it to Windows 10, and this is the computer that I'm using now, which has been running flawlessly, and I've had no problems with it whatsoever. I've had to cut corners a few times, but other than that, this thing has been running absolutely beautifully, and it is the computer that I'm using right now to do this video. It's a HP C400, but it's not any HP C400. It has a pretty awesome graphics card, so it's not completely stock, and it's been running absolutely flawlessly. I've had no problems whatsoever with it. It's simply just been running absolutely flawlessly. In my office area, I do have a few things. I do have a gaming mouse and gaming keyboard, even though this is not supposed to be a gaming setup. It kind of just turned into a gaming setup because you know, I just like how gaming keyboards and mice look. It just looks cool when they're all lit up and stuff like that. And I just want to just have my own little set of gaming keyboards and mice. So that's just one thing to get out of the way. Now the microphone that I stated before in my past setups, it is this microphone, but it's actually set up a lot more better than how I had it before, because you know, I literally just had the microphone just plugged directly into the laptop, and I just thought that would be good for sound quality, but not at all. What I have now is so much more better than what this microphone was set up before. It sounds so much more better. It sounds like an actual like podcast type quality, which is absolutely exactly what I wanted in the first place. It just sounds absolutely magnificent. Now I just want to go ahead and show off a few things about. Now I'm not just trying to say show off like boasting what I have. It's simply just showing off what this office is capable of doing. Now I know this looks like completely overkill for doing virtual learning, but it's just what I wanted to do. So pretty much what I have going on here is I have a sound card over here, which allows me to pretty much do different types of sound effects with my microphone, and also have even other just sound effects in general, not made from the microphone, but just something that's a part of the sound card. So what this sound card allows me to do, it allows me to echo my voice, which sounds absolutely incredible. That's just one thing that the sound card allows me to do. There's another thing that the sound card allows me to do, is allows me to have
a really deep voice, which sounds really crazy as
back to normal. So adding along with this sound card, I also have, like I said before, these have sound effects on them, so I can literally have people clapping or laughing. That was laughing. Now this is clapping. Embarrass, despise, and a whole stadium of crowd cheering. Those are just a few of the things that my sound card has. It has like 14 different sounds on it, which is absolutely overkill, but I never really use them. But maybe I can use them in the future for some reason. I don't know when I'm gonna use it, but we'll see. So that is pretty much it with the sound card. It kind of just makes my microphone sound better. I can add different sound effects, not only to my microphone, but also just add random sound effects to my to my microphone audio for whatever reason I want to. In this setup, not only do I have the gaming keyboard and mouse and whatever, but I do have dual monitors, because I realized that having dual monitors is a lot more useful than having one, because you can multitask, especially for virtual learning, because on one screen I have my classroom meeting, and then on the other one I was actually doing my schoolwork and stuff like that, which was very useful. Speaking of dual monitors, on my right monitor, which is to your left for some reason, not only am I right now I'm using it for two applications. I'm using it for my recording application, and also my sound application, which is called Voicemeeter Potato, and that also further improves my sound quality of my microphone, and also improves the sound quality on my desktop, which is also really awesome as well. So pretty much whatever input that I plug into this computer, it's gonna make it sound good, and that's exactly what I want everything to turn into. So that's one thing to be excited for, especially in my case. So that's not the only thing that I have in my setup, because you're maybe wondering why I even have this background behind me. That's because I have a green screen behind me, believe it or not. So let me quickly just show you guys what I'm capable of. So if you don't know right now, the image behind me, this is a picture that I actually took. This was back in 2019 with when 4014 Big Boy was on display in West Chicago at the I think it was called something Proviso Training Center or something like that. I don't remember. It's been too long. To tell the truth, that I do have a green screen, and let me go ahead and remove that image, and there you go. As you can tell, I have a complete green screen. Now in my recording application, I can actually add a special filter which allows me to take advantage of my green screen, and the image is not part of the green screen, part of the filter. It's simply just an image that I just added behind me, because without the green screen, as you can tell, it's just a black screen. So that's why adding in the image just adds to know something in the background, which I think is pretty cool. So those are just a few things that I have with my setup. If you guys want a full setup tour, simply just let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be happy to do that. Obviously not in the name of showing off and boasting of what I have. It's simply just showing you guys what this office is capable of, because what I'm thinking of doing is potentially doing more of these talking videos, not update videos like this, but simply for like potential podcast type videos where I discuss about certain train topics that you guys want me to discuss about. And since I have the podcast type audio, podcast type quality, why not just do a podcast type videos, not like an hour long video, just simply talking about like train topics or whatever you guys want me to discuss about. It doesn't matter, anything train related, I'll be happy to discuss about, and do that for a future video, because I think we need to use this office a lot more, because ever since I was done with virtual learning, I haven't really used it for pretty much anything at all. It's kind of just been sitting around for a couple of months because I've really had no use for it. And so I really want to be able to use this setup to its full advantage, and be able to do certain videos with this setup for future videos, like I said before, future podcast type videos. And so that's what I'm looking forward to potentially doing. But obviously I need you guys' feedback if you think that would be a pretty awesome idea. And also I also need a train topic for me to even discuss about in the first place. So let me guys know what you guys think and what type of train topics I should potentially do. And last but not least, once again, I'll say this again, let me guys know if you guys want to see a setup tour. With that now out of the way, let's now move on to what's been going on over the past 5 months. And there's pretty much one word that can, or I guess you could say 2 words that can describe exactly what this whole last 5 months have been about. High school. This was officially my last year of high school. Yes, I was a senior. So this whole entire last 5 months have literally been me about finishing up my senior year of high school. So these last 5 months have all been about me making sure that I have that I'm doing all my assignments, making sure I have all good grades for my classes, and obviously make sure that I have all the requirements I need to be able to graduate. And so these last 5 months have literally been me crunching down on assignments day after day to make sure that I am of passing grade and I'm not missing anything so I can be able to graduate, and also make sure that I have the proper requirements to graduate. And so it's been a really rough road to get to where I was. It was a lot of stress. There was a lot of frustrating and saddening moments, especially saddening because, you know, then it came to my mind that this would be the last few weeks where I would be in high school forever. This was the last time I would see everybody who was in my classrooms ever again together. And so there was a lot of emotions that happened in these last 5 months, from stress to getting frustrated to feeling sadness that this is the last time I would be in this high school ever. And it was simply just a lot of emotions to go through, but you know, I pushed through it, and at the end of the day, I was able to graduate. Yep, that deserves a clap, at least in my opinion. So that's what literally these last 5 months have all been about, and that's what I was able to do. I was able to graduate, and literally be able to finish one of my classes the day before the classes were all grades were due. And so I was shockingly able to get it all done, and that's when it really hit me that I am no longer going to be a high school student. I am graduating this May. And so for a few days, on Thursday and Friday, few days before graduation, we just did a few graduation practices, and that was pretty much it. And then when I walked out on Thursday, it made me realize that would pretty much be the last time I would step foot out of that high school as a senior. And that was extremely emotional. And then on a Saturday, I believe it was Saturday, May 22nd, 2022 would be the day that I would officially graduate. Now, it didn't happen at the school. It happened down in Chicago at the UIC arena, where all schools in my district would graduate there. And when it was my school's turn to graduate, when we all walked out, the arena literally sounded like this, but a lot more louder, and it was absolutely incredible. It was extremely emotional just to see this whole entire arena filled to the brim, filled with family members of all the students who were graduating, including my family, which was just truly incredible to see everybody just there, so happy and just enjoying every single moment of that graduation. It was truly a special moment that I'll definitely never forget. And then after everything happened, I obviously walked off the stage with my diploma. It was truly an incredible moment. And then once I walked out of that arena, I realized that I am no longer a senior. I am no longer a high school student. I am a graduate. And that was just absolutely mind-blowing. And you know, another thing that I want to mention is that I'm also 18 years old, which is hard to believe. I don't even feel like I'm 18, but I am 18. And with you being 18, you now have certain rights that you can be able to do. So that's also crazy to believe that I am 18 as well. So that is some pretty crazy things to believe. I'm a graduate and I'm also 18, and that is just crazy to think that I am 18 now. That's crazy. But anyway, with that all the way, after my graduation, about forward a few weeks into my summer, it then eventually came to my attention that, you know, since I'm no longer in high school, since I don't have anything to do during my summer, I think it's time to finally get back into my channel and do some pretty awesome stuff. because I know you guys have been waiting for such a long time that I think it's finally time for me to go back into my channel and finally be able to finally end keeping you guys waiting and finally get back into doing some videos, because there is a lot to get done. There's a lot of videos that needs to get done, a lot of videos that are coming up that I'm really excited to get into, because there has been 2 new train arrivals that have happened over the past year and a half. One train arrival that I've actually had has actually been around for over a year now, but I have not done a video on it yet because of one particular reason. That is because I wanted to do that certain type of video that I do with a Commodore Vanderbilt, where I did the history behind it from beginning to end, that type of thing, because this is such a historical train, not only in American history, but it's also a very historical train for the company that made this model. It's such a historical train from both of those prospects, so it's going to be really exciting to see that all come together, because this has been a year in the making, literally. So it's gonna be really exciting to see that happen. So we'll see what happens with that. Moving on with that, for my 18th birthday, that's when my second arrival came in, which is going to be really exciting to get into that as well, because for my 18th birthday, my parents took me to Berwyn Toys and Trains, which was also really exciting, because I can pretty much choose my own present with my birthday money, and so that was really exciting to get that done. So pretty much one of my parents took me to Berwyn Toys and Trains. They let me choose what I want, or they let me get what I want with my birthday money. And when I was there for a couple of minutes, I didn't really know what to get. I was kind of thinking like, maybe I should get a building, maybe I should get a few cars, something like that. But then after spending a few more minutes, there was one thing that I saw sitting on the shelf that was sparkling right out of me for me to get. This is a train that is part of a TV show, and is the reason why I fell in love with trains in the first place. And here's a fun fact: if you know me personally, you know this about my middle name. But if you guys don't know me personally, my middle name is the name of this engine, believe it or not. So that is something to keep in mind for the future. That is what's going to end up happening. So that's going to be something really exciting to look forward to, because this is such a meaningful train, not only for my childhood, but it's also a meaningful train but for potentially all of your childhoods as well, because this was such a meaningful TV show for me back in my childhood, and I'm sure this was such a meaningful TV show for you back in your childhood, and also was the reason why you fell in love with trains in the first place. So that's going to be a really fun review to do. Now those are the only things that those are the only things that you're gonna know before I get into that review and reveal what that train set is. So those are going to be 2 exciting reviews to do in the near future. And also, for another hint, both of these arrivals are both by Lionel, and they're both Line Chief, because who doesn't love Line Chief and Lionel? So those are 2 new arrivals to come to look forward to. And also, I do have some more reviews to come along as well. Like, for example, the MTH DCS Commander. I know I wanted to do a review for that for quite some time, but I just didn't have the time to do it with high school and stuff like that. But now with that, now in the past, I can now focus on simply just doing stuff for this channel and stuff like that. So with that being said, that's pretty much it. Oh, I forgot to mention, while I've been gone during the hiatus, I have gotten to a few events. One particular event that I went to was none other than Franklin Park's Railroad Days. I did not do like a video of me going through every single train. It would just take way too long. But I did take quite a few pictures, and I did do some rail fanning. I did capture quite a few videos of trains going by. From even on the trains themselves, I was able to get a train going by, which was really, really cool. I got about like 2 freight trains, and I got like 3 metro trains, which is plenty of rail fanning videos to come out for. And it was really fun to just do those videos, because there were so many other rail fanners out there that it was just super fun to do that. And it was just a really fun time that I just had with my family, and just the love of trains in the first place. So those are some pretty fun things to look forward to. That is pretty much going to do it for today's update. I know this is a long video, but that's going to pretty much do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. If you did enjoy it, make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed. Consider subscribing for more content, and as always, hit the notification bell so you can get notified when I upload a new video. Once again, my name is Jonah. Thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you guys on the next station. See you guys next time.